This poetry is given to young people who feel that they're all alone. You are not alone. Someone knows what you're going through and is feeling your pain, and we are constantly praying for you, trying to find ways to reach you, and clearing the path for you with God's help. So sit back and listen as inner city youth speak to the world about their living conditions, conditions that I have connected to the fact that they're still dealing with lingering effects of the transatlantic slave trade, because these are vestiges of slavery that remain today. So hush, our brothers are speaking. His first poem is of a young man telling his mother and the world what he thinks about his life. It's called Let Your Best Be Good Enough. My mama always said, Lord knows I did my best, as she made bad decisions that made our lives rough. Children need a mother smart, always prayerful and sober, because the excuse I did my best is just not good enough. Mama said I did my best, but never changed her life at all. All I wanted was a view of life up front, not from afar. My mama said I did my best, but Mama, that's not good enough. You get one chance to raise me right. You can't screw up. This is my life. I did my best, but times got tough. But Mama, that's not good enough. My mama died, left me on my own. Life came down hard because niggas knew I was alone. And this is my first theme poem. It's called The Vestiges of Slavery That Remain Today. That mule and 40 acres that nobody paid, if paid back then when it should have been, would have gone a long, long way. Black lives would have been more stable in our own environment, and over all these years we could have avoided all of this economic hardship. That devastation on black lives from unrepentant beasts of old cannot be changed or undone in time to fix our lives and make all of us whole. Instead of all those troubles that start when our feet hit the floors, it should have been old Charlie, kindly knocking on all of our doors, first offering an apology because slavery made us poor, then giving us reparations so that we won't be poor no more. But that won't erase the fact that we've all been broken down, which always made it easier for trouble when it came around. Our mothers prayed hard as they struggled against that oppressive wind, trying to force that trouble right back out when it came around again and again. Yes, our mothers kept their heads held up and continued to raise us with class, because they knew good manners along with respect would protect us from that awful past. Those lingering effects of the transatlantic slave trade and the vestiges of slavery that remain today. This is a 17-year-old young man who wants to know, where's my life? Mama's babies became brothers' burdens, teen years worrying about mother and me. Since brother's gotta be mother's big little man, no childhood days of being carefree. Since the weight of the world was on my shoulders at the tender young age of 17, no wonder the gangs and the beckoning street life became the direction I'd eventually lean. Though try as I might, school just wasn't a priority. My little brother and my sisters were all depending on me. And by the time I got grown, I was tired to the bone, and no girl I tried to see could deal with the weight of my family. Mama's babies became brothers' burdens, no childhood days of being carefree. Since brother's gotta be mother's big little man, teen years struggling with unfair loyalties. Now this is a young mother with her son, and she's totally oblivious to his needs. It's called Priorities, Priorities. Mommy, why don't I have a daddy? Boy, put this lotion on your legs, they're ashy. I don't have boots, Ma, or a coat. When they see my new nails at work, I'll gloat. Can I have money for a trip with my class? Put that lotion on your arms, boy, you see that ash. These boots don't match the purse I bought. I'll have to buy a new one. You can call me later at the beauty shop. I've got to go get my hair done. Hey, Ma, you're fairly thin. Why are you always at the gym? I've got to run to Tasha's house. If strangers knock, don't let them in. I don't know what to do to be one of your priorities. You've never asked when I grow up, what is it that I'd like to be? Since you stay on the phone once you get home, it's getting very plain to see. With no quality time to assess my needs, you just don't want to spend time with me. With money, clothing, shoes, and bills, we always seem to be behind. having kids interrupts their mothers' lives. I suppose that's true except for mine. Ode to child support. He wanted sex and not a baby, so why do I have to pay? You tried to trick him into marriage just so that you could have your way. You opted burden and not abortion, just so that you could make him pay for your bad judgment and lack of scruples. Okay, you got your way. You made us poor and underprivileged, so why do I have to pay? Not only poor, but hated by his family. Are you still happy with your choice today? He wanted sex and not a baby, so why do I have to pay? You made us poor and underprivileged. Are you still happy with your choice today? There is no marriage-minded intent in lustful casual sex these days, and in those ignorant, mean, evil actions, you managed to make 3 people pay. He wanted sex and not a baby, so why do I have to pay? You made us poor and underprivileged. Are you still happy with your choice today? He wanted sex and not a baby, so why do I have to pay? The sadness came over me when I saw graffiti on some old buildings as I rode on a train that was going through the poor part of the city. It's called A Talent Lost in the Dark. Some poor city lad who lacked an artist's drawing pad used the only tools he had to draw impressive, huge graffiti. Red, yellow, orange, green, the talent for a lithographer's dream. Along big box cars and dormant trains and on inner city buildings their drawings came. What impressive artistry, lost and wasted on graffiti. A talent lost in the dark. If my words are profane, so are your actions. The words that I use you might call profane, but they just show what I've been through, a way to verbalize my pain. While struggling through this world's abuse and shame, down in that ditch the going got tough. So when I call evil by its rightful name, that's the only part of me that I let get rough. Though mankind put me in the ditch, God picked me up. They knew that once you're in the dirt, it's hard to shake off all that dust.